house, then I would live outside. What did I do? Why are we through? If only I knew, Lord, if only I knew. Oh, yeah, I wanna burn in the morning sun. Waiting till evening coming down. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Tell you where you know. While you sit down on a matter, spun some high grade and it's a bubble berry, some other cause. Make shit no long time. You know if you hold a dialogue, cause relationship no we're not living man and life. She perfect and looks turn up like ringtone. Beautiful, she proud her skin tone. Now you open her small anchor and if nothing go wrong, you call Panja. I remember when we used to sit and talk of love. You were beautiful.
Fit FM 96.7 Trelawney's Radio. Your life, your music.
If only I knew, Lord, if only I knew. Yeah, you know I'm gonna burn in the morning sun. Yeah, waiting till evening, never night. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Yeah, burn in the morning sun. Waiting till evening coming out. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Yeah, burn in the morning sun. Waiting till evening coming out. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Yeah, burn in the morning sun until the morning sun. Evening coming till the evening coming. Never gonna leave. Tell me what you do in the morning sun. Waiting till evening coming out. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done. Ain't gonna leave until you tell me what I've done.
This is Fit FM
Fit FM 96.7.
96.7.
Duncan Streloni.
Duncan Streloni.
Small and medium-sized business owners. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ball Out. Call our sales office today at 876-377-3442 or 876-317-1991. Don't be left out. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ball Out.
Saturdays at 4 p.m. Join Fit FM 96.7 FitFMJ8.com for a simulcast of Primal Sports, an interactive sports program produced by Primal Media and presented by top sports activists. So tune in to a simulcast of Primal Sports on Fit FM 96.7 FitFMJ8.com and Primal4K.com.
For 2 days, the 5 o'clock hour is hot on Fit FM 96.7, www.fitfmja.com. Your life, your music with Lady D, Denise Gomez, Inside the Zone. Catch me on Monday at 5 p.m. for the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And on Friday, yes, at 5 p.m. for Center Stage. This is our Heard and People Connect. From abroad to yard, Trelawney, me love you.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Your host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life.
Traveling down the road with a heavy load, still we never get weary yet. This is Juba White, and I am tuning in to the community buzz with Imara, the musical revolutionary.
Struggle goes on. We are the builders of the pyramids. We are the builders of the stone cities of Zimbabwe. We build them White House. We build them factories. With blood, with sweat, with tears. With flesh, with bones. Them use build them economy. Now them want come con you and me. With them science and them technology. We make them take with, now them are deafly. Them are blindly. We are walk, we are ride, we are drive, we are fly. Nah, look, nah, see. Eyes focus on the screen of an iPhone, Galaxy, tablet, Blackberry. Wake up, look. Uno no sister them are buried with. Ancestors crying out. Them are weak, you see we heading back to slavery. Robotic, digital, technological slavery. The rich take them session, call it recession, left the world in depression. Legal and illegal drugs and alcohol on the rise, in their interests. To our demise we patronize, now become marginalized, make fools seem wise because we abide them lies.
Fit FM 96.7. Trelawney's Radio. Your life, your
Right. Some sharp did rise, Bogle did rise, Taki did rise, Queen and Zinga did rise, Harriet Tubman rise, Rosa Parks rise, Malcolm X rise. Yes, this is the community buzz and Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. And this is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Yes, we are here once more. And today is what? The 7th of October. Yeah, we are in the 10th month. And that's what we are doing. Yeah. We are moving up, and down. But what is it? Jamaica, land we love. Yeah, I'm not here much in this headphone if I want so. But yeah, Jamaica land we love. We go and adjust this headphone till we get something out of it. Yeah, you hearing me clearly out there, people? Well, all right. Barely hearing something now. Yes. The community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. I am Imara, your musical revolutionary. Yes, we have a beautiful program lined up, yeah, for you, the listeners across the world, those who are here in Jamaica and the Rock, and those who are elsewhere in the world. We are looking and so many things that are taking place in the world today, and we have to be strong, we have to be positive. In all our actions, in all our outlooks, we have to be, be grateful at the same time, because I man don't see good and evil. We just see circumstances and events, taking place, and we have to position ourselves, to make sure that whatever we are doing, we do it to the best of our ability, as human to human, and as human, living in this life, we must understand that we are not alone, because there are always other entities, you know what I mean, on the higher level. Some people call them aliens, some people call them all sort of names, the Anunnakis, but we are connected to other forces and other entities. So we must understand that we are not alone, you know, on this trad or this journey. Yes, I'm Mara, the musical revolutionary. Yeah, this one is better. Yeah, all right. So we have a nice program lineup, you know, and you know, at 3:30 we will have Omega Medical Urgent Care Center right there in Champion Plaza, Sharper 28 to 29. Yeah, we will have Dr. Messonny Taylor at about 3:30. You know, ask your doctor. So people, you can call in. You know what I mean? We are going to talk about asthma today, right? So call in those who are struggling, our text, and those who are struggling with that dis-ease, I could call it. It is not disease, not at ease. So it is dis-ease, right? See? So we want you to text in. The numbers are 876-478-9144, 876-513-6668. And that is Ask Your Doctor, you know, Dr. Messonny Taylor. And that is the Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. That is 3:30. At 4 p.m., we're going to link up with Light B. Smith, right? And we are going to the governor, yeah? So we want the people to know that we are going to talk a little politics. And at about 4:30, we are going to go into music, you know? We're going to talk to Raven Amani, you know what I mean? And she's doing some great work. And we need to highlight people like her, you know what I mean? Because very few people in Jamaica, you know, Jamaica best school band, saying she is the creator, she's the founder, organizer, you know, mentors, you know, for many, many young people, you know what I mean? And guiding young people to be their best self. She's a songwriter, creator, producer, you know. So we will talk to her at about 4:30 or before. It all depends on how long Light be willing to stay with us, you know what I mean? Because he's a busy man. So, you know that we have a beautiful program lineup, and, you know, we are going to make sure that we have something positive to impart and to share with the people out there. So you just wake up, you know what I mean, and shake up yourself, you know, and ready to receive what we have to offer to you today on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. We're also simulcasting, right, on primal4k.com. That is www.primal.com. And do remember that book, and we are also on YouTube, right? So you can tune in, you know. We bless up the people in England. Next strong, you know, we're going to go maroon next strong. Where this October is what? It's Heritage Month, right? And so many things happening in this month, you know. We see people, you know, up in arms with some statement made by the PSOJ, and we are looking at these development, you know, to see where this will take us, right? It is serious. It is serious. And we see even the Chief Justice, you know, Brian Sykes, you know, chime in on this one. In an apparent response to the private sector organization of Jamaica proposal for the creation of a single extended weekend holiday period for emancipation and independence celebration, Chief Justice Brian Sykes, celebration of freedom is priceless. I agree with that. I would want to think that there are that really cannot carry a price tag, and stated, right? So even the Chief Justice, and we love the Chief Justice. Really, I love the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice really understands him roots. And anybody who have film complexion will know where we are coming from and know the struggles that, we have gone through, right? And you see, we have to know the history of the private sector organization of Jamaica. We must know the history, and we must know our history and our connection and what we have struggled against as a people to reach where we are, right? And, to come out of chattel slavery, to move into apprenticeship and then into what we call colonialism. And now we are in capitalism. It's the same thing. The only thing that we get a wage gift to these people, and most of the time is cheap labor, and more it is getting more difficult for people to survive on the kind of labor that, the kind of salary or the wage that these organized bodies such as the private sector. You must know the history of this organization, But before we go there, so because Marcus Garvey talked about education, and we say we promise that this is something that we are going to do, continuously on this program, because especially in this National Heroes Month, we want people to, get themselves educated. This is what Marcus Garvey said: to be learned in all that is worthwhile knowing, not to be cramped with the subject matter of the book of philosophy of the classroom, but to store away in your head such facts as you need for the daily application of life, so that you may be a bit better in all things, understand your fellow men, and interpret your relationships to your Creator. You can be educated in soul, vision, feeling, as well as in mind. To see your enemy and know him is a part of the complete education of man, a form of the higher education that fits man for a nobler place in life, and still to approach your brother by the feeling of your own humanity. Is an education that softens the hills of the world and makes us kind indeed. Many a man was educated. It is something you let out, not completely take in. You are part of it, for it is natural. It is dormant simply because you will develop it. But God creates every man with it knowingly or unknowingly. To him who possess it, that's the difference. Develop yours, and you become as great and full of knowledge as the other fellow without even entering the class room. Right? That is Marcus Garvey on education. And he must show you them classroom, and make them poison your mind or head decay you. Right? So you have to understand the power of education and what you are looking for, right? So we want to go to this thing. First of all, let me educate the people about, this organization, because a lot of people don't know. Seeing the history of the PSOJ. In 1972, Michael Manley won the general election, right? And immediately after the general election, a group of people, so them call them, who believe that them should be in control of the African descendants here on the island. That is how them feel, even up to today. Make we say they call them continue with that feeling. So we're not going to say they felt that, we're not put it in the past, right? So 1973, they planned a meeting and decided that they would have go organize. Well, so the young PMPYO at the time hijacked the meeting and dismantled it. Well, guess what? The private sector organization of Jamaica was established in 1976. So 1976, then just whap it back and organize themselves. It is a national organization of private sector association, companies and individuals working to promote a competitive and productive private sector. The organization seeks to influence issues, national policy, of a political, social, and economic nature. Let me read that again, that you can understand. The organization seeks to influence issues of national policy of a political, social, or economic nature. The executive committee, under guidance from the council, leads this process by promoting discussions with the country government, political directorate, and the opposition. The organization is also in close and constant contact with a major multilateral and by being active in the organization and the council or any of the committees, companies, and individuals can contribute directly to that will make Jamaica a better place in which to live and work. Virtually everyone in the private sector has benefited in some way from the work of the PSOJ. Membership subscription are the major source of the funds used to carry out this work. One of the primary mandates of the PSOJ is advocacy. Learn that. Proactive participation of members through a number of committees which directly impact the development of the private sector. The PSOJ continues to provide meaningful representation on behalf of the private sector to ensure that its presence and strong voice are always maintained. The founding father envisioned a number of key objectives for the PSOJ, and these are embodied in the organization constitution. I don't know if enough people ever see them constitution yet. To provide technical assistance, to provide technical assistance in the form of institutional development and membership development. To strengthen the organization ability to advocate on behalf of its members. To capitalize on the benefits of international trade agreement through the dissemination of timely and accurate information to members, right? Not to, because this is a thing where we hear people talk about private-public partnership, right? This over, who weep as public because them see themselves that way from a longer time. To promote close and decisive cooperation between members and interest groups, whether locally, regionally, and internationally. To promote better cooperation between the various elements in the private sector. This or that, and me just jump the gun and say it. To promote better cooperation between the various elements in the private sector so that maximum productivity can be achieved for the benefit of everyone. Right. So there is where we at. We could go to this right here now because I want the people to understand where we are in Jamaica as a people, and we must be serious about what we are doing. This whole thing about emancipendence. So they want to bring Emancipation Day and Independence Day as one. And here what them plan to do. The private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, wishes to address recent media statement that have misrepresented our position on the Emancipation Day, Independence Day public holidays. In that the PSOJ has proposed merging these two significant holidays in a single day. Such assertions are entirely false and do not reflect our actual proposal or intentions. In our recent submission to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, the PSOJ acknowledged that the profound historical importance of both Emancipation on August 1st and Independence Day on 6th of August Day. These dates, separated by a mere 5 days, encapsulate Jamaica's journey from the abolition of slavery to the achievement of self-government. We recognize that these public holidays play a crucial role in celebrating our national identity, preserving our cultural heritage, and providing well-deserved rest for our workforce. You get what I say? Well-deserved rest for our workforce. One must pay attention to words, a simple word like our, right? However, as the organization committed to Jamaica's socio-economic development, we must also consider the challenges faced by businesses in a developing economy like ours. So the first thing they might think about is them business, not how we feel about a day when we people, celebrate that kind of a liberation. Important today in the history of us as Black people, African people who struggle against all kind of oppression, and we are still here struggling. And when I think we more our people them to understand, that we have been consuming their garbages over the years. That's what we have been doing, and it seems like we allow them to drain out the spirit of resistance out of our soul. That's what we see happen to we as a people. You understand? Then continuing to expand in their power. And while we are here just begging and bawling because we are not ready, to mobilize and organize ourselves as a unit like them. The reason why they are so powerful, because they are well-organized unit. Yes, we say enough right there, so I will be sitting, we say right there, so. See, and I do remember that we are also simulcasting on primal4k.com, and that is www.primal4k.com. And we're also on the World Wide Web, and that is www.fitfmja.com. Right now, I'll leave up my sister in England, Harleen Hanlan. How you doing, Harleen Hanlan? I want to make sure I pronounce your name wrong, right. So let me say it the right way. Harleen Hanlan. How you doing, Queen? Yes. So big up my brethren, Denton Hutch. How you doing? Yeah, man, we're there on the community buzz. Milton Booth, it was a beautiful program last week, you really educate I and I, pertaining to how money function and operate and the economic system of the world, not just locally, but how it affect our daily lives as a people, and we have to be ready and up and running. Yeah, so we are going to take a break, and maybe when we come forward, we will go to Omega Medical Urgent Care Center and talk to Dr. Messani Taylor. The feature is called Ask the Doctor, right? Blessings.
I said it just ain't over. I said the war ain't over. It just ain't over. Oh no. I said the war between Grand and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still going remember. Yeah. I say the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. And put down them tool and a cool man, we still going remember. Hey. How them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke up me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon, I man don't trust. For anytime I see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Then put on them tool and a cool man, me still gonna remember. Hey, I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Then put on them tool and a cool man, me still gonna remember. Hey, I still gonna remember. That's why over. I still gonna remember. That's why you just ain't over. Yeah. I say the war between the Babylon, it just came over. Hey, and could I put on them, mama still gonna remember. Hey, I said the war between Dan and Babylon, it just came over. I'm still gonna say the war came to over. It just ain't over. Oh no. I said the war between Dan and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still gonna remember. Yeah. I said the war between Dan and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still gonna remember. Yeah. How them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke up me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon I man don't trust. But anytime I see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between them and Babylon it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put on them tool and a cool man me still gonna remember. Hey, I said the war between them and Babylon it just ain't over. No. They couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, I still gonna remember. Hey, I still gonna remember. That's why it ain't over. I still gonna remember. That's why it just ain't over. Yeah, I said the war between Dan and Babylon, it just ain't over. Hey, they couldn't put on them tool. Hey, I said the war between Dan and Babylon, it just ain't over. Hey, and couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, still gonna remember.
Yes, that's the great admiralty with it. You're going to hear that tune them maybe through the program, see? Because I just saw there, the war between me and the Babylon just can't over. It's all when we put on the tool, you know, and a cool at the war, them still remember because them have a warring spirit. I believe, you know, we don't have that kind of fighting spirit. Them, no, you know, as me say, it look like them drain it out away, you know, or them over, you know what I mean? Feed me with something, whether through them rum or their this or their that or whatever, their food. But we're there still. This is the community buzz on Fit FM 96 of Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, right? And online.
Ask the Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the community buzz, Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Call 6-513-6668 or 876-478-9144 and have your medical-related questions answered by the specialist, Dr. Live. That's Ask the Doctor, brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, stroke qualified staff to fulfill the medical needs of its community. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Falmouth, focuses on quickly getting you back to your true self. We use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and treat patients. Ultrasonography, CAT scan, digital x-rays, and laboratory services. Schedule your appointment today at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-462-4571. That's 876-462-4571.
Yes, this is the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music, and we are in the half an hour. Brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center right there in Champion Plaza, shop 28 to 29 in Falmouth, here in Jamaica, right, Trelawney? We give thanks. Online, we're supposed to have Dr. Messani Taylor. Good afternoon, Dr. Messani Taylor. Are you there?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. How is everything at Omega Medical Care Center? How is everything there?
Things are going good. And
Yeah.
you mentioned Omega Medical Center. I hope the audience doesn't think that we are new on the block. You know,
No.
we've actually been around since 1997, but primarily in Negril. In fact, that is where our hospital and clinics are in Negril.
Yes.
But growing up in Trelawney, I knew how hard it is for individuals, to travel and the persons in the surrounding communities to go to Montego Bay to get all the scans done.
Yeah, before doctor, just a break before you go any further. You said in Negril. Could you say exactly where in Negril that the people can know?
Okay, but it's on the stretch, the Norman Manley Boulevard stretch. The one that long straight road where you have all the hotels on the side. If you just keep driving right before you reach the roundabout, we are on your left.
All right, good.
Right.
So you can go ahead now. So people, that's it.
Yes, so I was saying that it was such a struggle back in the day where if you need a blood test done, you have to go to Montego Bay. Then some place different for your CT scan list, and so persons are all over the place. And it was a bit rough, especially for the elderly.
Yeah.
And so with that in mind, Omega Medical Urgent Care Center was born. And the directors created and founded this place, and right here at Champion Plaza, to create what one would call it a one-stop shop. So basically, all that has been advertised, we have it under one roof.
Yes.
And additional to the scans and blood tests, we also have specialists. So you need to see the bone specialist, you need to see the surgeon, the heart specialist, the gynecologist, the physiotherapy.
Yes.
You can just come right here at Omega Urgent Care Center in Falmouth.
One-stop shop, Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, right there in Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Dr. Messani Taylor, we are going to talk asthma today.
Okay.
Explain to us, what is asthma really? Give us a breakdown of this thing that people call asthma. What is the root cause of this thing called asthma?
So as you ask, what is asthma, right? It's a type of illness that affects the lungs, and this type of illness, it can affect persons of all ages. Sometimes I hear persons say, "Oh, they had it, but they grew it out."
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's a simpler putting it. But what really happened is that these individuals, their lungs are more sensitive than others. So they get an inflammation that takes place inside the chest. And if you picture it this way, like you have a pipe. If you have a pipe and you blow through it, versus if you partially obstruct it, you might hear a whistle sound when you blow. So into our lungs, when they're inflamed, they get a bit smaller. Your mucus may block it up, and so when you breathe out, you hear a high pitch sound. So that's a person will hear too. But not every, we call it wheezing, but not every wheezing is asthma, right? So the answer is, the question, the long and short of it is that illness that affect the lungs. It can affect you at any age. However, it presents with wheezing, but not every wheezing is asthma. And sometimes they get other stuff with it, shortness of breath.
Okay, not every wheezing is asthma. So people can be wheezing and them don't have asthma. That's what you said?
Correct.
Okay. Just like the same headache, as I said about headache. Yeah. So what when people are having that kind of attack, what is the best method?
Here at Omega Urgent Care Center, as mentioned, from Monday to Saturday. And so we have the medications that we use for nebulization. So nebulization is basically when we put the medication that comes in a liquid form into a mist. And so we use that to help with the treatment because that medication goes into the lungs and it helps with the inflammation to open up back the airway.
Yeah.
But the other things a person might need, like oxygen, and there an anti-inflammatory medication. We have it here to offer. And I know, if a person needs to go on IV fluids, people call drip, we have that here, and other things, of course, like if you have a cut, we do the stitches. Any illness, you can come in and we'll be here.
So you talk about wheezing. We want to go back to wheezing. What if the patient is not wheezing but only have shorter breath or something like that, and or you angle a case like that? Oh.
That's actually a good question, and because shortness of breath, aka shorter breath, in particular, it's seen in many other illnesses as mentioned. And for instance, I like to use that case because when you use that case, it becomes more real to you. So, I had a patient. She came to Omega Medical Urgent Care Center here to see me. And she was coughing a bit, but she was mostly experiencing shortness of breath. So she wasn't wheezing. And she thought she had a chest infection. No, yes, chest infection can give you shortness of breath. But don't always say it. I've been listening here at Omega. We are very thorough with our patients, so we want to make sure we know what's going on. And so I encourage her to do a CT scan of her chest. But this is based on her symptoms. We're not just doing CT scans out there. And we have the machine here anyways, and so she doesn't have to leave the office because of the state that she was in. Oxygen level was low, and she had other symptoms.
Dr. Taylor?
Yes, are you hearing me?
Okay, yes, I'm hearing you. You just go off just a while ago. And you say CT scan, is one of the thing that you use, for to detect what is happening.
Right. And one may say, but doc, why CT scan and not an X-ray for her chest? The reason for that is because people know X-ray. Everybody knows X-ray, and everybody knows that yes, X-ray is cheaper, right? But what I was looking for in particular, it would not show up on X-ray. And the thing about it is that it would be so unfair to let her do the X-ray only to tell her that nothing was seen when clearly she's sick. So if you do an X-ray and it doesn't show what is wrong, it doesn't mean it is normal, because the X-ray is like it doesn't pick up certain stations. The CT is more powerful. It's like a high quality detail image. It's as if you take a phone with a BlackBerry versus right now taking it with a Samsung 21. The quality it picks up more.
Yes.
And so based on what I was looking for, the CT test would have given me that information, because I noticed her legs swollen, her oxygen level was low, and she did it. She did the CT scan. She paid for the results to be expressed, because we do offer that service. We do express the results, and she got it back in an hour. And guess what? She had a huge blood clot in her lungs, right? And it was blocking the largest artery in the lung. And so because they blocked that artery now, right, to both sides of her lung. And what we call that? A saddle pulmonary embolism. And you know that this is life-threatening though. It's
pulmonary embolism.
Saddle pulmonary embolism.
Well.
Yeah, it's pretty life-threatening. It's a life-threatening condition, and it needs emergency treatment. So what I'm trying to say is, if it can actually take a life if left untreated, and that is what she had. And you would think it end there. You would think for the poor lady, you would think that it end there, but it didn't. She actually had multiple smaller cuts scattered over her lungs, and there are signs that show that her lungs were getting damaged because oxygen wasn't going to certain areas. Heart was training. Because if you think about it like this, it's a vehicle. So we're trying to push a vehicle, but because the vehicle is so big and heavy, eventually what they have, you can get tired and stop, right?
Yes.
Right. So in the same way, her heart was training to pump against this big blood vessel in her lung that was obstructing the blood flow. And so her heart started to fail. I remember mentioning that her leg was swollen.
Yes, so all these
That's
symptoms
why
are
her leg was
signs.
swollen. Right.
Yeah.
Her leg was swollen because the heart was failing, and that is why we did the CT test. An X-ray would not have picked up that information in such detail.
So you are saying people who are suffering with asthma, right, and are shortness of breath, right, must pay attention to other things like the swelling of your leg or or your hands, because not just your leg alone, there can be other swelling areas that are showing that kind of swelling, don't?
Well, in this case, based on how our body is set up, if the heart is swollen, it would be the legs.
Okay.
It would be the legs that you would see the swelling, and this is why if you have a pump, a pipe, and you turn on the hose and you stand up on it,
yes,
right? If the heart knows that is behind the obstruction, it starts to back up.
Okay.
And what happens is that the part that is after the instruction, the heart cannot pump the blood forward. The blood starts back up and it goes through the lungs and then back up all the way down to the leg. So you will see the swelling there because the blood is not going forward, so it go back down.
And you say leg, left or right?
Around the ankle, both of them.
Both legs. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They can swell from the ankle up to the knee.
Ooh. Wow. And that's why it is important when you are having shortness of breath, for you to really do a CT scan or X-ray, one out of the two. But you are pushing more for the CT scan because it will show up anything that is there more than the X-ray.
More than the X-ray.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. We are learning. I hope the people are listening. And I would like for the people, to call in if you have any, question, or you can send in a text. Those who are struggling with shortness of breath and maybe believe you have asthma, and those who have asthma and have challenges, and are around here, and or whether you're flying to Jamaica, you can come at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. They are right there in Champion Plaza, Falmouth, right? Shop 28 to 29. So you can, check them out because they are offering top of the line service, to make people have a healthier life. We are going to take a break and come back. We are going to take a break, Dr. Messonny Taylor. Just give us a few minutes and we'll be right back to you. Good.
Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, provides excellent healthcare services through a qualified staff to fulfill the medical needs of its community. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Falmouth, focuses on quickly getting you back to your true self. We use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and treat patients. Ultrasonography, CAT scan, digital x-rays, and laboratory services. Schedule your appointment today at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-462-4571. That's 876-462-4571.
Yes, this is I'm Already Musical Revolutionary, and this is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. We're also simulcasting on primal4k.com, www.primal4k.com, and we're also on the World Wide Web, www.fitfmja.com, and you can call in or text in 876-478-9144 or 876-513-6668. Yes, this is the Community Buzz. And online we have Dr. Messonny Taylor from Omega Medical Urgent Care Center. And we're talking about asthma, and not just asthma, but, even shortness of breath, and people must understand, that whenever you're feeling anything, don't diagnose yourself because you're not a doctor and stop run Google, because Google is not doctor. Right? Go to the practitioners who are treated. Dr. Messon Taylor.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes, I am just saying to the people, because a lot of people now are run to Google, Google. Online doctor, people believe that they can get all, the information and they don't need to come check the practitioners or the professional anymore. They need to just Google and find what is happening. I don't believe it work that way. So I will hear people always talk about CT scan and how expensive it is. Talk to us. Tell them why it is important, to use that service, because a whole heap of people have said it is hard to afford, them just can't find the money to deal with that. Is there any plan, that you can work out with the people when them come in, help those who can't find the money up front to do a CT scan?
All right. So before I answer that question, right? And that's a good question because, like I said, everybody knows about X-ray and they know that X-ray is cheaper. But the thing about it is that you see, when it comes to Omega, we try to treat patients based on quality and accurate care, right? So we give patients the best option first, right? So if we think X-ray is the best choice, then X-ray it is. But if we think your best option is a CT scan, we are going to recommend a CT scan because you as a patient have the right to know your best option.
Yes.
Not the option we assume you can afford, right? So you trust us with your health. So why offer you the wrong choice because it's cheaper, right? And the outcome can cost you more down the road or even your life, right? And I had to say that first. But if the patient's expect and say, boy, doc, I can't afford the scan, the thing about it, what I've noticed is that when we sit down and we spend the time and explain to persons why they need it, versus it's not a case where you want it, you need it, I'm telling you, people show up with the cash. If they have to sell cow, sell them goat, use the money then put up for party and clothes or ask a family or friends, they find the money because at the end of the day, their life is more important.
Yes.
But let's say that they have nobody to turn to. They have no support. They just don't have any money. We are one of the radiology providers that fall under the Enhancing Healthcare Services Delivery Project. What a long word. But basically...
Say that again, and we are going to see Enhancing
Healthcare Services Delivery Project.
And what kind of service that, or that work?
Basically, we partner with the ministry to improve and provide radiology services to the public.
Okay.
But it is partnering with the ministry, it is for those in the public sector. And if you want more information about if you are a candidate that falls underneath that, so that you fall in this program, you have to call us for more details because there's a lot of conditions that apply. That I can't really go over by the time I finish, that time frame will be done.
Okay.
So if it's the case we hit that wall and you need a CT scan, but it's the funds is just not play with more details around that.
But if you hit that wall, you have to be in the public sector, like working with the government, that's what you're saying. No,
that's not what I'm saying.
All right, we just want to get clear because
I'm not happy you asked for clarity because somebody might have seen that. But I'm saying that we work with the ministry as a radiology provider to provide like X-ray, CT scans, MRI to those that go through the public sector.
Okay.
But based on the fact that you are a candidate, if you fall in that category, there are conditions that applied from we will give you more information.
Okay.
The separate process is a bit, it's not so clear to just discuss it over the radio.
Yes. As I say.
We ear.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because the thing about it is that, you know, I mentioned shortness of breath. Shortness of breath, it doesn't necessarily have to be pulmonary embolism. The patient may not have bad short of breath, you know. And another quick case is because I had another patient who was a young male walking up and down, or right, he decided to come in because he's a doc once in a while for the past week when I had a short of breath. But when I walk up and down, I am fine.
Yes.
And he came to Omega Medical Urgent Care Center to find out why. Why? And he did his blood test here, he did his CT scan, and he got back his results because it's normally ready within 24 hours, but he got it back way before that. And guess what? He also had pulmonary embolism. And he had numerous clots. But this is somebody, look at him, he look sick. He is walking up and down. His oxygen levels are fine. Not like the case I mentioned before. But just because he felt short of it and he knew that, you know, this is not me, it's not my body. He came in and he too told me that, boy, doctor, I can't afford it. And he took 1 week before he did it. And I actually called him and I spoke to him again. And he found the cast and he did the CT and he said it would not have worked out in his best favor. And so his situation was sorted out and he is still living.
Yes. Let me ask you this question. There's a lot of people who have asthma and them still smoke and them thing there. What do you think about that is a good thing to, you know, somebody who suffer with shortness of breath and still, you know, and inoculate them lungs with smoking and what is your views on that?
You know, it's interesting because we live in a culture where you know, the mindset about marijuana is herbal medication, right? And the thing is, everything in life, you have to weigh the pros and the cons.
Yes.
And if you know you have an illness that can be triggered by the particles when you smoke, and then you smoke on top of it, the truth is, they're also going to develop another type of illness, which we call it COP for short. That type of illness is going to worsen your asthma, and then you put yourself in a situation where you can't walk from your bedroom to your bathroom without you stopping halfway with your hands on your knee because you're short of breath. Bad.
What is COP? What is that?
So COPD is also a type of illness that affects the lungs, and it's short for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Okay.
But even though the word obstructive disease, it doesn't mean that something is physically blocking the air. What happens is that the air gets trapped in the lung because the elastic. Think about your host is that next day. You pull an elastic. You rely on that elastic in our lungs to basically, when it expands, basically stop back in and help to squeeze the air out.
True.
When persons smoke, that elastic can be damaged in a sense, and so the air gets trapped in there, and it gives a bit of obstructive kind of picture. So as well as you get inflammation and so forth with it, because the body's gonna respond to it.
Yeah.
And say, what are these things inside of me? This is not my norm, and so it creates an inflammatory process to get rid of it. And that's why you get the coughing and the start cough up stuff and all of that, and then the asthma gets triggered, and it just makes life very complicated for them.
Yes. We are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wow, you have anything planned for this month, you know?
Well, yes, actually, Omega Medical Services, they're partnering with the Rotary Club of Falmouth to put on a program regarding breast cancer awareness, and there'll be entertainment, music, food.
Yes.
On the 19th of October, 2024. And our director, Dr. Sandra King Foster, will actually be the spokesperson at this event. And where the event is located, this will be you can call for more information, at 876
Okay.
862 1516. That's 876 862 1516. But it's by everybody know Glistening Water. It's gonna be by Glistening Water, and it
Yes.
starts at 5:30. Again, there's music, food, and entertainment.
Okay, okay. I just got some information on it here, but Dr. Mr. Taylor, I will, advertise it or say it when I finish here, right? So we thank you for being here again, and before you go, just tell the people again where Omega Medical Urgent Care Center and all the services that you offer. We give you the last say.
Okay. Well, we are located in Falmouth at Champion Plaza, shop 28 and 29, right in the corner as you come in. We offer all the services that you can possibly think of for your health, which includes we have a physician that is here Monday to Saturday.
Yes.
We offer CT scan, X-ray, ultrasound, and any form of blood work that you need to do, any form of urine test that you need to do, any form of stool test, we have it here, along with physiotherapy. What is physiotherapy? You have back pain, you have knee pain, you have coughing issues, you have muscle pain from your hard work. That is something physiotherapy can help with. So we have specialists as well. You want to see the gynecologist. You have something wrong with the bone, something wrong with the heart, something wrong with the testes. All of those issues. Medical Urgent Care Center.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Mason Taylor. We are looking forward to having you here again week after next Monday. Give thanks to be here, right? Blessings.
Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth, provides excellent healthcare services through a qualified staff to fulfill the medical needs of its community. Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Falmouth, focuses on quickly getting you back to your true self. We use state-of-the-art technology to diagnose and treat patients. Ultrasonography, CAT scan, digital x-rays, and laboratory services. Schedule your appointment today at Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, Champion Plaza, Falmouth. Opens Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 876-462-4571. That's 876-462-4571. 571.
Ask the Doctor is your interactive call-in health feature brought to you by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, 28 to 29 Champion Plaza, Falmouth, Trelawney, inside the Community Buzz, Mondays at 3:30 p.m. Call in on 876-513-6668 or 876-478-9144 and have your medical-related questions answered by the specialist live. That's Ask the Doctor. You by Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, your healthcare provider of choice on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Blessings and light. This is Imara, the musical revolutionary. Your host and the community buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. This and every Monday at 3 p.m. From the home to the community to the wider world. Let us be the change we want to see. Join me this and every Monday at 3 p.m. on the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Yes, this is Imara, the musical revolutionary, and this is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. And we're also smallcasting on primal4k.com. That is www.primal4k.com. And we're also on the World Wide Web. www.fitfmja.com, and we're on the 96 band, broadcast here from Stuart Castle, Trelawney. Western across the world. Right now, we have light beam, and we give thanks to have a man like Light B here, you know, because we are going to ask some question. Grand afternoon, Light B. How you doing?
Greetings, profound. I'm okay. I'm doing well, thank God.
Yeah, man. You're always bright, you know. I don't know what you're eating down there in Montego Bay make you so strong and bright.
The power of positive thinking.
The power of positive thinking. Well, that is something that a lot of people need to get. Well, we want to talk about a few things, Dr. Lidy. When we look on what is happening in Jamaica. Yesterday we are listening to a program, and one of the things we hear come to the program, attempt by emancipation. What do you think about that? This whole thing with the private sector, right to the Minister of Culture, asking, you know what I mean, to make some changes to our emancipation celebration.
Well, remember now that the PSOJ, Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, comprises primarily persons whose history would not necessarily coincide of African descent. Question about that.
Yes.
And in fact, some years ago, the PSOJ was referred to as the privileged sons of Jamaica.
Yes.
So their take on all of this clearly is profit, the bottom line. It has nothing to do with a country's self-respect, a country's dignity, a country's sense of history, and that is the bottom line. And so, you know, it was most disturbing that they should come up with this suggestion, and one can only hope that it will die a natural death, because it would be an insult to our ancestry, insult to us as a people, those of us whose foreparents were brought here as slaves. And Emancipation Day, you recall that there was an attempt made previously to disband Emancipation Day 1st of August. In fact, it was the former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson who
Yes.
You know, and that was a very good move on his part, because freedom is something that we cannot take like, and we grew up as kids talking about Fossa August. Fossa August was always, from I was a little boy, my parents, grandparents would talk about Fossa August because it was of such significance. And it was good. The PSOJ needs to rewind and come again, quite frankly.
Sure. And as you talk about the re-emergence of emancipation celebration, I was there. I can remember it was 1997, and the president of Ghana came here, you know, to endorse that movement when P.J. Patterson brought him here. I believe it was John Rawlings at the time, who came here, you know, to, you know, situate that, we put back that holiday on the map, and it is much more than a holiday, and we want people to understand that. But you know, if we understand the history of an organization like the private sector organization of Jamaica, it was formed just in the 1970s, 1976 or so, you know, for a particular reason, because of what took place 1972. So I want the people of Jamaica, whether you are on the other political side or not, but you must understand the history. You are there? That be?
Yeah, I lost you a while ago. I don't know what happened.
Okay. I am just...
I'm here.
Yeah, so are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, so I'm saying, as Marcus Garvey said, people without them history, you know, it's like a tree without a root, you know. So I want the people to understand the history of the pure St. and when it was formed and the reason why it was formed. And I don't understand why some of us as African, this is a community buzz. We're talking to Light B. Simit. You are there, Light B? Yeah. Is not there. This is a community bus on Fit FM 96.6. We have online Live B, and we are, you know, discussing emancipation and the whole celebration. So I want to congratulate, you know, Live B Smith on the Mirror's existence since you know, the Mirror, started the Mirror. Is he there? Call him back. Okay.
He has to be stationary. He's not stationary. That's
okay. That's the problem. So people, you can make a contribution. You can call in you can call in or you can text. Text then, right, to the program Community Bus Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. It seems like Clyde B is on the road traveling, so he's unstable. So we hope that we can get him forward, that we can go into some other discussion, you know. We can find a piece of music in the meantime, Julia, you know, while we try to hook up back the same way, yeah.
It just ain't over. Oh no. I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still going remember. Yeah. I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still going remember. Yeah. How them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke up me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon I man don't trust. But anytime me see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between Ghana and Babylon it just ain't over. No, them couldn't put on them tool and a cool man me still going remember. Hey. I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No, they couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, I still gonna remember. Hey, I still gonna remember. That's why it ain't over. I still gonna remember. That's why it just ain't over. Yeah, I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. Hey, and couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, me still gonna remember. Hey, I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. Hey, and couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, me still gonna remember. Hey, how them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke up me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon I man don't trust. But anytime you see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between Ghana and Babylon it just ain't over. Hey, them couldn't put on them tool and a cool man me still gonna remember. Hey. I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. And put on them tool and a cool man, we still gonna remember. Hey. How them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke up me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon I man don't trust. But anytime you see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between Ghana and Babylon it just ain't over. No, them couldn't put on them tool and a cool man, me still gonna remember. Hey, I said the war between Ghana and Babylon it just ain't over. No. They couldn't put down them jewel and a cool mommy silver.
Yes, it's the community buzz and Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music, you know. And you know, when we get people like Light B. Smith, we're going to talk some politics, you know. And the reason why we do that, because Jamaica is in a quagmire right now, and so many things happening, you know, pertaining to leadership, you know, whether it be the PSOJ, the private sector organization of Jamaica, or the government, you know what I mean? So we have to look on some serious thing that is happening. Right now, I was reading an article, right, from Loop News, right, and you know, for the time, the Prime Minister of Jamaica has brought a lawsuit against the Integrity Commission, the IC, the country anti-corruption watchdog. The unprecedented move is contained in a multi-point affidavit filed in the Supreme Court on September 30th by the law firm Henlin Gibson Henlin on behalf of Andrew Holness. The Prime Minister has taken issue with major parts of the damning 171-page investigation report by the IC, which was tabled in Parliament on September 17th. Essentially, the Prime Minister was under investigation for illicit enrichment. He has stated in the Parliament, and the report was tabled, that he would be seeking legal advice. Now he is fighting to clear his name. Apart from wanting the IC's findings to be overturned, Holness is also seeking monetary compensation. This is where we want to ask some questions about who we must seek monetary compensation from. Light, be you back? Hello? You're back with us, Light B. This is the community, but you know, we're having some challenges here. Hope we have him back online. You are there, Light B? We are here. You are come through the phone, but you know, somehow you're not coming to my side. I don't know what is happening. Well, again, Julia. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. All right. You hear me clearly?
Yes, I am.
All right. We were talking about the PSOJ and the formation of it and when it started and the reason why it started. Now, we know you don't have much time, so we want to jump in this other issue. We are looking on the affidavit that the Prime Minister filed, you know, and I was just reading something here from Loop News. It said essentially Prime Minister was under investigation for illicit enrichment. He had stated in the Parliament on the day the report was tabled that he would be seeking legal advice and now is fighting to clear his name. Apart from wanting the IC's finding to be overturned, Holness is also seeking monetary compensation. Who would the Prime Minister seek monetary compensation from, Light B?
Well, in essence, it would have to be from the taxpayer.
My God.
The Integrity Commission is funded by the government first, I suspect. It's not clear that the PMP or any other entity was sued as such.
Mm-hmm.
So it would suggest to me that that would be the case.
Because when I read this and look on it, that is the first thing jump out, is that a Prime Minister who is leading the country, right, and supposed to understand the struggle that the people are going through, also seeking monetary compensation from the taxpayers of Jamaica. How that work?
It's a very twisted matter, but you will appreciate that we cannot go too much into it at this stage because it's now sub judice.
Yeah.
Which means that it is in the court, and whatever we say, you know, if it in any way seek to prejudice the matter, we ourselves could perhaps end up in court with
Sure. This term sub judice, where it really come from? What is it about? Explain to the people out there.
It is from Latin. As you know, our laws, a lot of the laws that have emanated over centuries started out with the Roman Empire, and the Latin was and still is the language law as we know it, whether it be British or American. So
yes.
Sub judice simply means the matter is before the court under the justice gavel, and so it means that when something is sub judice, you cannot discuss it publicly, or well, you can discuss it to a point, but you have to be careful not to say anything that may be prejudicial in with respect to the case, based on the claimant.
Yes.
The claimant in this case is the Prime Minister. The defendant would be
the commission
and its officers.
Okay. I am trying. I did a little research on the word and some history of it, right? And to me, how I observe it is a way to muzzle the public or to muzzle people who maybe have their own views on the issue. And I don't know why you in a demo people, it's like what you could call suppression of expression, to see that things.
It is a technique that is used very often by persons who want to gather others and prevent others from. In fact, in our journalistic world, the libel, when you are sued for libel, when somebody sues you for libel, for example, the matter becomes sub judice, and you cannot have any further. You can't write anything, you can't say anything, and it is seen as a gag. It actually gags you. So you're quite right in what you're saying.
Yeah.
It is a way of gagging the public or John public or persons who may have an interest in a matter.
Yes. Yes.
Unfortunately, that is how our legal architecture is structured, and we have to.
Yeah. Yes.
We can't seem to get out of it.
Yes. We are celebrating 44 years of existence, but it's a long time that the mirror, as an entity. Talk to the people, because we have to do that. Talk to the people about that kind of I want to call it an achievement, because to be in a media landscape for 44 years, that time you're a little boy, when you start, I mean, I've had a great baby,
When I was in my 30s when it started, actually, so you can really imagine. But the fact is that the mirror, the Western Mirror, was born out of the ashes of what was then the Beacon newspaper.
Yes.
Which was owned and operated by an Englishman by the name of Ken Jones.
Ken Jones, yeah.
During the turbulent 70s, you will recall when Michael Manley was being accused of taking Jamaica down a communist path.
Okay.
And there was a great deal of turmoil in the society, political warfare. In fact, at that time, you'll recall in 1980, it was the largest number of persons that were killed based on their political persuasion. And so Mr. Jones panicked, like so many other expatriates at the time, and just abandoned the paper, the staff, the workers. I was one of them at the time as editor of the Beacon, and he just country unannounced and left the workers just there, totally abandoned. And I don't know what got into me, but I had this sense of, the sense of wanting to ensure that Montego Bay and Western Jamaica would still have a voice of its own, because, there's always this thing about Kingston is Jamaica. And so I got together a number of the workers at the time, and I said, hey, why don't we start a paper on our own? At first, we thought we could continue the name Beacon, but then we realized legally we couldn't, because we couldn't do that, because in fact the Beacon suffered tremendous financial loss at the time. We as workers did not get any salary for quite a while, and there was a press that Mr. Jones that was seized by the bank because payments were overdue and that sort of thing, So we had to start. I started looking around to see where I could find some money to start the business, and we needed a press. That was the most important thing that we needed, because without the press we couldn't print the paper.
Yes.
And we in fact had to be paying a printer to print the paper, and it was costing a fortune. And so I went to a number of banks, and the bank managers all laughed at me. I remember one particular bank manager leaned back in his chair and laughed me out of his office. If I was crazy about, because in those days it wasn't expected that a black person could start a newspaper and have it survive. Let me be very frank. But eventually, McFarlane, and he was the manager at NCB at the time.
Yes.
Black man like us. And in fact, how we met is that we were in a play together. The name of the play was Dial M for Murder. He was the detective and I was the murderer's husband.
Oh.
And me how things going. And I said, boy, I need $30,000, and that was a lot of money at the time.
Yeah.
To speed his print, the late Gans Thompson, God bless him, had this press that he had put down because he had improved his stock. And he said if we could come up with $30,000, he would let us have this little press. It was a small little press, street fed. And I said to Dunbar, I need $30,000, to buy this press, because that's the only way we're going to be able to survive and start this paper properly. And he said, come and talk to me. And I went and talked to him. And the long and short of it is that we got the loan and the venture, and we got the press. Of course, when we got the press, it was at Speedy Prince on Market Street. And we were located round by Strand Street. And we had no money to take the press from Market Street to Strand Street.
My God.
The workers said, Mr. Smith, don't worry yourself, sir. We will go for it. And let me tell you something. I will never forget that day. The workers got a handcart man to come. You hear me?
Yes.
And they put the press on the handcart and pushed it through the streets of Montego Bay to its new location. Some of those workers are still with the Mirror up to this day.
Wow. Yes.
And that was. Dunbar didn't tell me at the time, but he said he almost lost his job because when his directors in Kingston found out that because the clout, because up to that point on a certain background, you are not looked upon as somebody who is, trustworthy and viable to give a loan.
Yeah.
That's the reality that we have faced. And we were talking a while ago about the PSOJ. That's it. That goes without saying. So we got started, and the rest is history. We have had many turbulent times in terms of having to stand up for Montego Bay and stand up for the West with many different issues. I was sued for libel. I was threatened. My life was threatened several times. We have been through it all.
Yes.
But thank God we have survived. And the fact of the matter is that, and we have to give thanks to the people of Western Jamaica who saw the mirror as their own.
Yes,
and
that's it.
Forget meeting this little old man who said to me, you know, Mr. Smith, I have the first and I put it under my mattress.
44 years.
to preserve it.
Yes.
Put it under the mattress. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
So there's that level of affinity and devotion to the paper, and thank God we are still alive. And you know, interestingly, the Mirror, though just 44 years surviving newspaper in Jamaica, behind the Gleaner, which is 190 odd years old. So that tells you that newspapers in Jamaica have had a very short lifespan, because we are 44. The next 190.
Yeah. And we know who control the press that time. So far,
even today, because remember that it was the Jews who started the Gleaner.
Yes.
Oliver Clark, the late Oliver Clark, I must give him the Mirror. The Gleaner will not compete with the Mirror because the Mirror compliments. I think he was being kind, actually. But remember, Butch Stewart started the Observer. So it was not the expected thing that someone would be able to own and operate a newspaper in Jamaica. Let me be very frank. And people nowadays will see the Mirror and think that Lloyd B. Smith Richard takes sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I have to pick up my workers, because we have not had a big turnover of staff. Most of our staff stay with us. They're very devoted. They are very, dedicated. And interestingly, Julia, I tell you that most of the journalists that have come out of Western Jamaica, all of them started at the Mirror.
Okay.
Go around Western Jamaica and they have gone abroad. They all started at the Mirror. The Mirror was their first, played our role, and we thank God that we are still reflecting even at this point.
Well, we give thanks. You give thanks because you started the program by saying, when I asked you why you are so strong, you say positive, vibration. So the whole thing of being positive, and that's the wealth that you have, because we have to look on riches is more than material. The inner riches, that drive to keep things going, that is much more than anything we're going to achieve materially. That's the foundation of wealth.
Which is why I pick up Julia and you and what you guys are doing, because you're courageous and you're visionary.
Yeah, we have to have that kind of drive and courage to keep going.
Because I say unapologetically, people like us are not supposed to be talking about owning media, because you have to understand that in the type of environment in which Jamaica exists, and even across the world in many instances, media is usually owned by a certain set of persons, because media influences. And when people are very wealthy, they want to be able to be the ones in charge of influencing people.
Sure. True.
if you look at the media in the States, for example, and look at the people who own the media in the States, because they use the media to control how people think, what they dress, what they wear, what they say, you know. And it's a similar scenario that unfolds here, and people are always suspicious of those of us who go into media and want to own a little piece of it, you know. I think we're bright, you know. But kudos to you, Julia, and your team, and we are here, and we're going to hold it down in the West as long as we can.
Yes, Lyd. We give thanks for having you here, and we hope we can talk on another time, you know. Paying attention to what is happening with this emancipation celebration, you know, especially in October.
I see the Chief Justice, and he has a lot of...
Yeah, I just read something from him, yeah.
He has come out very strongly against it. PJ, which is expected because it was he who brought it back.
Yeah.
And I saw Stokes, another, well, he's from the private sector, and I was pleased to see that he too came out and he said something that really resounded. He says that it can't be just about GDP. In other words, it can't be just about profit and money.
No.
There are certain things that are not negotiable, as the Chief Justice said.
Yes.
Liberating our freedom cannot be just seen within the context.
Thank you. B, we'll talk again. Give thanks.
Blessings, Julia. Love you. Take care, man.
Blessings. Love you too. No, thank you.
All right.
All the best.
Good. Yeah, that's Lyd B. Smith there, you know. Managing director for the Mirror. And he's a veteran journalist, you know, for years, you know, and a political analyst, you know, so many things, and former MP and acting Speaker of the House. Yeah, so well, that is richness, man. Him saying no rich, you know, but you know, that's be compared. Yes, so we will move to the next guest, you know, in a few. But make we bounce a piece of music here, as we said, the war between we and the Babylon, and that we are beat for the day.
It just ain't over. Oh no. I said the war between Gram and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still going to remember. Yeah. I said the war between Gram and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. They couldn't put down the I remember. Stop me and now when me look me at the bus. No Babylon, I man don't trust. For any time I see them and me get nervous. The war between Gram and Babylon, it just ain't over. No.
Yes, that's a great Admiralty bit there, you know, the war between one of my favorite tune, you know, one of my favorite Admiral Tibet song, you know, from them time there, you know. We will Pamanta about Garnet, and you know, I salute Garnet still for the great work that he has done, you know, when he come back and revive reggae. But you see, this brethren, Admiral Tibet, when dancehall, when the heat of the slackness are going at the 1980s, them tune, yeah, you know what I mean, the voice, yeah, alone in the wilderness. You know what I mean? You know, some big tune, terrorists, why won't you stop? And a big song, you know, war between me and the Babylon. And it's, you know what I mean? Them they come in the 90s, but they tell us, the one here from the 80s, you know, and, you know, up till now, these songs are some big songs. So we could have talked about Garnet or all of them, a veteran. This brethren, they did it before Lucian, Garnet Silk, Everton Blender, and all of them, there, you know what I mean? Him alone hold it up in the 80s within consciousness. We have online Andrew Higgins, a.k.a. Raven Amani. He's a recording artist, songwriter, creator, producer of Jamaica Best School Band. We are going to talk to her. Is she there? Good afternoon, Raven Amani. How you doing? May I hear, let me see if I can hear you clear up. All right, great. Oh, where are you in the world? Or where are you now in Jamaica? Tell me. Hello? Raven? Hello? We are hearing some muff, but when I hear you clearly. How you doing? Hello. This is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. Online we have Raven Amani, recording artist, songwriter, creator, producer of Jamaica Best School Band. You are there, Raven? Hello? Raven? She's typing. I don't know what is happening there, but she's not hearing it. She says she's not hearing us. Yes, this is a Community Buzz on Fit FM 9 music. You want to call her back? Yeah. Yes, this is, you can bounce out the piece of music.
It just ain't over. Oh, no. Said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them man a cool man, we still going remember. Yeah. I said the war between Ghana and Babylon, it just ain't over. No. Them couldn't put down them tool and a cool man, we still going remember. Yeah. How them beat me till me get unconscious. Them broke off me and when me look me head and bust. No Babylon I man don't trust. Anytime I see them and me get nervous. Hey, the war between Ghana and Babylon it just ain't over.
Yes. This is the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7. I am Imara, the musical revolutionary. And we have online Andreen Higgins, aka Annie, is a recording artist, songwriter, creator, producer of Jamaica Best. And are you there, Raven?
Yes, I'm Ara.
Blessings and lights. Here on the Community Buzz. Welcome to the Community Buzz on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. I was just talking to Lightbeat and I realized that you're a Montego Bay girl. Where are you in the world now?
Definitely. I am now in Old Harbour. I'm definitely a Montegonian.
Yeah. Well, I read your shot by you said for me, and I'm looking at something here where you say your family members, your parents in Montego Bay, Ruby and Winston, who restricted her from watching television, listening radio, having cell phones due to strong religious beliefs. Yes. No. What kind of religion? When you say religious belief, what your parents? What religion?
Okay. Yeah, they're still a part of a group that call themselves the Plymouth Brethren, and they have a lot of doctrines and beliefs and rules that they implement for members. Okay. So while I was growing up, not having television, radio, cell phones, computers, and stuff like that was one of the rules.
Okay. I never heard of that group. I saw some group of brethren in Montego Bay who dress in some long gown.
And they usually cover their heads with scarves and stuff. But yes, they are no longer in Montego Bay. They closed down that
branch, but they're still in Kingston and Mandeville. So my parents, but for me and my siblings, we left.
Okay. 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 All right. We're not going to talk about much of that because of that we have to
right background.
Yeah. But that's a solid foundation. I always say to people, say, whatever happened to you in your life, see it as a part of your journey. It's your book. It's try, to eliminate, see it as something that prepare you to be what you are doing right now. And I believe all of
very
that.
Much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yes. We see where you call yourself Raven Amani, and what you say it is a thing what mark driven. Mission and what? We can't make up the last
Mission driven.
Mission driven.
Yes,
I see it. Yeah. Mission driven. No. You are a songwriter, creator, producer, Jamaica best school band. We had a brief conversation, and the works that you like, Dean Frimble. Light Parks. Educate the people out there about when over still on this mission.
Okay, so back in 2012, I had the idea to do a school band program, competition program, and I started going into the schools and found that there weren't that many bands. If you want to look at the foundation of our music, you would say it's live music, it's live instruments. Why our music has made it
kind of impact that is making right.
But then we realized wanted to do this school band competition because I got the idea that there weren't too many.
Why are you breaking up? We are losing you a bit, You're there?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You're not hearing me?
Yeah, you break up a little. You're moving or you're stable?
No, I am actually stable.
All right, go again.
In one spot.
Yeah.
Yes. So I found that there weren't too many bands in school, so I had to call on persons like the names you mentioned, who I felt is the best of the best.
Yes.
When it comes to our music, and to find if they could, come with me into the schools to impart some of what they know to help the teachers. And that first year we started out with 8 schools, and we've been steadily growing ever since. We're now getting ready for our 12th season, and we're accepting entries now. And for the first time, Trelawney will be represented by Holland High, and we have had representatives from 14 parishes so far. So more and more schools are now starting their band programs. So
that's right. And from 2012 till now, it's a good run that, Ibo Cooper is not here anymore, we know the kind of contribution that he made in music in Jamaica. You have you otherwise from those seniors, because we have that kind of discussion, right? From 2012, any of those people who you would have impacted over the years are a part of the program now, continuing the support?
I always say I started from home basically, because my son is now on the road with Alborosie. He's a part of the Alborosie and Schengen clan band, and
Playing
they just
what? Why
completed
am I
a
playing?
3-month tour, and he plays the keyboard.
Wow.
So he's very instrumental in mentoring now as well, because we started him very young. He was like 6 years old when we found out that. And we saw that, his knack for playing an instrument.
Yes.
And so we did foster that. And as I always say, you're like my guinea pig.
Yeah.
Because that's the template that we have implemented into the band program and band competition to say, start so young, provide the necessary support, and mentorship. And no doubt they would blossom and to just amazing world-class performers, musicians.
So when you so you're saying, and here in Jamaica, he's a part of the whole process.
He's a part of the program. He's on the road with us. Going into the school. And we also have a number of other persons who have come through the program, like the drummer for Buju Banton, Still Shiloh Band, Kenil. We have Shaquille, who is playing out there with Lila Ike, the bass player for Lila Ike out there on the road now, performing with various artists. Yeah.
So when you say you're mission driven, and this is what we're talking about, we have to celebrate somebody like you, Raven Amani, because nothing really a go on. And when we listen to a female, a woman who is at the forefront of a kind of work like this, pushing young people and trying to, educate people, what kind of support are you getting from like the Ministry of Culture? Because we have to ask a question like that.
Yes, I must say, we just had a very good meeting, and a lot isn't confirmed as yet, so I don't want to jump the gun. But looking positive.
Yeah.
They have been on board before, and I would say, based on what we have discussed, it's looking positive.
It's looking positive. Great.
Yes.
You see, we spoke pertaining to venues, and so I'm going to have you maybe a full hour so we can go deeper into this thing, because music is my passion, and what you are doing is so impactful. Right now, when you mention these and what Joma, who is playing for Buju Banton, your son playing for Alba Rosie, you know what I mean, and other young musicians carrying the reggae banner and holding it up high. We have to salute you.
Rick Jam. His name probably not ring a bell yet, but listen out for him. He just opened for Burning Spear on tour.
Yeah, man. Me hear about him.
He was the lead singer for Stats when they won in 2015, and he was able to take 3 members of that same band from that winning band with him on the road to open for Burning Spear. So things are happening. So give thanks for this chat and this platform so we can spread the word,
And otherwise than as me say, me don't know, one day maybe when you're then near Montego Bay, I don't know if you're based in Olava or more like if you come sit down right inside of the studio so that we can have a deeper conversation and this and to, because there's so many things that are affecting our music, especially to put it out. There years ago this argument came out. It hurt me so much, say Jamaica and somebody who are a part of the academic class. I go in France, meet them and come back, come make an announcement like that. You understand? Even if it did go so, you go there, say more reggae play France more. Why we should have come back and say to the government, what we need to find a way for, open up some space that we can have more of our music
Right?
being highlighted, more than make it look like you.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely. It is here, and I was here. So true. They are very interested. They are open to mentorship. They are open to guidance. It's just for us to provide those spaces, as you said, and to happen.
Yes. So as a songwriter, right? You know, and you know, and a producer, would I like to play some of your songs that we produce right over here? So still, you know, so you know.
Most definitely. You know, I meant to send them, and I said to myself, you know, all the time I hear, you know, you need to keep when you're talking about JVSB, don't really talk about your music so much. So I try to keep those areas separate. But I was
no man, for the kind you see people like you, the kind of work that you are doing, right? Yeah, and the station manager is here and endorsing that the kind of work that you are doing, Raven, your music must be highlighted. It's people like you who are what we call it as a mover and shaker in this world of music. See, I don't want to take the work that you are doing, you know, slice the caliber of musician that you just mentioned a while ago. You know what I mean? I have to salute you for this, because enough of the man them now do this. You know what I mean? And me know Iboku passion him not there anymore, because you know he was one of the founding member of Third World, and
in the academic space.
Yeah, and then I remember when it started, I
created so much difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, created so many different bands at School of Music. We were on C Sharp, Pentatouch, and all of those great music.
Fire, Grammy nominated.
Yeah. See, and even the band you just mentioned, Raging Fire, who nominated for a Grammy Award. All of these things are massive contribution, and we really have to salute the great, because women is always at the forefront of the revolution. You notice I use the word revolution, because revolution, enough time when people hear revolution and think about guns and bombs, but you know, revolution is really change, you know, and
it is.
Yeah,
change and positive change,
and positive change and positive impact on the lives of people, and that's what you are doing, you know.
Right.
So tell us about the upcoming event. We are going to allow you for this reason. I believe me, I chat too much, me get too excited. Just tell us.
No, let me tell you, I'm excited about this new season that we have coming up now. As I mentioned, it's our 12th season, and we opened entries a week ago, and we already have 11 schools on board. We have Intel Technical, who is to see if they can defend the title. Knox College. We have Alphonsus Davis, formerly Spalding High. Holland High, as I mentioned, out there out of Matabray. St. Jago, also a first-time entrant. Denby High, and I'm missing some of the names now, but we have 11 schools signed up now already, and entries will close the 24th of this month. So we have another week or so to go before the entries close. So we're looking at least 12, 14 school bands.
Yeah. The Julia, the station manager, said if you not have York Castle, she's a York Castle's girl.
York Castle, they were runners up in 2019, and they haven't been back with us since. Yes. But they have produced some very good bands throughout the seasons, and we look forward to having them again. I sent a note to their teacher, Miss Thomas, today, so I'm hoping to hear from her still.
Yeah.
Yes. But we have definitely had the Yorkies on board before. I hope to have them again.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Well, as we say, we are gonna make sure say we have some of your works here on Fit FM highlighting, right? Because important is your understatement, to the space, to the reggae music space. Over the years, we had the people them talk about how the man them not really help out them one another, but for me who understand that kind of man, them feel threatened by women when women step out at the forefront. Anybody saying anything there? Julia? Okay. Yeah.
Okay, DL said Dintil is his school.
Who? DL?
From New York.
Okay. So somebody from New York listening and I said Dintil is his school.
Denton Lloyd.
Denton. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want Denton.
And if they can defend, they would be the first to do so. Stats came close. St. Mary High came close. But if Dintil can win a second year in a row, they would be the first
to do that.
To do it. So let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe this thing can go international school band. May I try push something?
Why not?
What you mean? Yeah, because we not think local, we think global.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we are the leaders in a lot of things. So why
exactly.
not? Out of Jamaica to the world.
Exactly. Reverend Amani, we give thanks for you to be here, and we're looking forward to hearing some of your works here as well. And in the near future, we're looking forward to talk to you again about the progress of this movement that you are on right now. We give thanks. We love it. Thank you.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Julia. Thanks to the entire Fit of family team for having me. I will look forward. This is just the first of many conversations, I hope.
All right. See, that's it. Blessings and light. Yes, this is Imara, the musical revolutionary. We have been talking with Reverend Amani, right? And we are on the verge of, what? 4:59, the poor day run out. And so when we have time, and time is on, sometimes we have to things and it just sweet. And when you say thanks, the great works, we give thanks to Lydia B. Smith, we give thanks for our Omega Medical Urgent Care Center, and we really appreciate all the guests who came on. It is the community buzz on Fit FM 96. We're looking forward, and we bless up primal4k.com. We bless up primal. A long time get some time to sit down and even go over there. My time so busy. I want to sit with me, right? So much thing and done things we may have to do. Boy. Bless up my brethren over there. Him there now, somewhere in Africa. But we are going to talk. Fireball. If you are listening, we'll link up. And all the people who tune in from England. Harleen, bless up yourself. Bless up yourself, Denton. Yeah, we give thanks. The community boss. Fit FM. Next strong, Imara out.